Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my Let's Play Diablo 3, playing the Reaper of Souls expansion with leveling up a Crusader, which is the new class in Reaper of Souls. And you'll notice a little difference between this week and last week is that she's got these glowing angel wings on. It's a little perk that I got for getting the premium version of the expansion, and I think they look really cool. So and plus it makes it really easy to identify which character is my character. And please don't complain about me talking over this dialogue here, because you can read it at the screen below. Please make sure you're watching in 1080 or 720 HD. But anyway, so now we are going to help Hadrig with a kind of gruesome task. He has to basically kill all of the citizens who are still alive but have been cursed by this basically zombie curse. Bottom line. And one of the ones that has been infected is his wife, who we also have to kind of take out. So it's a bit of a grim task. And she's like, we can't attack her yet. She's right there because she's still human. She hasn't converted yet. But
forgive me.
Hadrig, help me.
yep, there she goes. And she's actually kind of a mini boss as well. You can see her name is in purple and she kind of glows yellow and things. So that means she's kind of a bit of a mini boss. But now that we have helped him, now he can help us get the crown. And I misspoke last week with the episode. I thought I was gonna be facing the Skeleton King this week, but the first task is to actually find the crown, which is buried with his grandfather, who was the Chancellor in Tristram back in the day. And so we have to go find his grandfather's tomb to get the Skeleton King's crown before we can face the Skeleton King. That is sort of the sequence of things. And so this entire episode is basically us going to look for the crown now that we know what we're looking for. And also a little side quest to find his fool apprentice out here in the Weeping Hollow. And so, as I mentioned last week, one of the things I like to do is I like to kind of explore everything in a region, because there are plenty of little mini bosses, little side dungeons occasionally, and treasure and other things that can be helpful, as well as, you know, it just helps you level up by getting more experience. And I could have just gone straight for looking for the crypt from his grandfather, but I opted not to. And so that's one of the reasons why this is rather a long episode. It's nearly 30 minutes. And I kind of struggled to decide, should I keep this 30 minutes or should I break it into two episodes of 15 minutes? And I decided to keep the whole thing because I'm basically trying to go through each chapter of the game as the game is designed. Like each part of the game has its own little chapter, and so this is the chapter of the Shattered Crown, and so I've decided to keep the Shattered Crown chapter intact. I'm not sure if that's the best approach, but I kind of like the cleanliness of it, and like with my World of Warcraft videos, where even if I do a longer raid, all of my dungeon run-throughs are all a single episode, whether it's 10 minutes or 45 minutes long. If anyone who's watching thinks that watching an episode, like a complete episode each time, is too long, please let me know your opinion below. I'm more than happy to break these up into 10-15 minute increments. But, you know, like some of them are going to be shorter, some of them are going to be longer. It just depends on how long it takes to kind of get through everything. You know, like I said, I like to kind of show the entire region that we're going through and things, and making sure that I am kind of skipping some of the lore stuff this time, mainly because I was focused and I wasn't paying attention, but I think it also will make things go a little bit faster as well. Although we're just about approaching, like, if there's books and stuff that I pick up, I will definitely read those.
In the eastern kingdom of Khezistan, I heard rumors of Zakarum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west. But these Crusaders went east on a very different mission.
Alright, so we just learned a little bit more about the Crusaders. So there's some lore there about the Crusaders, and you'll notice that there was another new lore button there that I didn't click. I apologize. If anyone's watching this with lore information, let me know and I'll try and pay better attention to those and include those with the gaming. So there's a number of ways I could go with this, and you know, this is not necessarily a let's play necessarily, but I do appreciate people's feedback and things. So if you would prefer me to break these into smaller increments, let me know. And if you would prefer me to include more of the lore, let me know. The books that drop as I'm going through things, I will continue to add. But if you know, if it's flashing new lore button at the bottom and it doesn't just, you know, pop up on me right away, you know, I'm not paying that close attention to it, and I could possibly pay better attention to that. So let me know in the comments below. And you'll notice that there's a flashing on the mini map in the upper right, showing me where the entrance is. But I haven't fully explored this region, and the main thing that I'm looking for is to find the apprentice on Hadric. So I want to make sure that I at least accomplish that much before going into the crypts and looking for Leoric's crown. But first we need to get past all these silly zombies around here, and of course the graveyard's a good place for that. So, all right, so we're gonna continue exploring this area, and I'm only going to explore until I find Hadric's apprentice, and then I'll continue on from there. Otherwise, this episode might have been almost an hour long. But we have to explore quite a bit before we find that fool apprentice of his. I mean, it's not really necessarily a quest. It's not even a little side quest, but you know, I feel bad for poor Hadric. So I feel like, since he asks us after having to kill his wife to help him find his apprentice, that I kind of feel obligated to help him. And I don't know. It's just in my nature to do so. I have plenty of monsters around here. Zombies and these big bloated disgusting guys. Mighty blow, 7 killed and 1 damage. Yay! Oh, you can see one of my friends just came online playing World of Warcraft. Because for those of you who are just watching these videos and have not actually played any of these games, if you have a Battle.net account, and basically you have to have a Battle.net account to play World of Warcraft, StarCraft, or Diablo 3. If you have friends, you have a shared account, and I can actually chat with my friends. Like they can be playing WoW or StarCraft, I can be playing Diablo 3, and I can still chat with them if I wanted to. So you'll see those kind of icons pop up every now and again when somebody I know pops online. All right, and have a bit more to explore here. You can see all the shaded regions, the regions that I haven't explored yet. Oh, and here's a mini boss I haven't encountered yet. They're always handy for good XP and sometimes some good loot. Oh, and I also edited out some of my loot pickups this time. Or actually most of my loot pickups and loot, like selling the loot and organizing my loot and that kind of thing. So, you know, if anyone actually is very interested in that kind of thing, let me know. I'll be happy to continue including that. It does make the episodes a bit longer, you know, unless of course I start breaking them up into smaller increments. So I would appreciate feedback from people who are enjoying my videos. And if you're still watching, I definitely appreciate you still watching. Yeah, still got some exploring to do here. That's one thing, is that these areas are all kind of, they're generated randomly. I mean, there's certain things that are always in the same place no matter what, but a lot of area, you know, like the dungeons, the cave systems, and sometimes even these open areas. Oh, there's the apprentice. Yep, and he's dead, poor guy. But now that we found him, now we can tell Hedrick that we found him. Which, if we hadn't found him, that interaction would not happen. Not that it makes any real big difference in the storyline, but it just gives me a sense of completion from that request that we got, so I'm just kind of, like I said, I felt obligated to do that. Hedrick's had to go through enough as it is already. Alright, so take out the rest of these monsters, and then we'll go into the crypts and start looking for the crown. And then, as I promised last week, we will go after the Skeleton King next week. Now, of course, if enough folks ask me to break these things up into increments, then the quest to go after the Skeleton King might get broken into 2 pieces, and so it'll be 2 weeks until we actually face him versus next week. Because again, you know, these episodes are a tiny bit on the long side. If I do each episode in one go. So anyway, just keep that in mind as you ponder my questions for comments below. So I'm kind of looking around here, and this used to be a crypt opening, but I guess it's not anymore. They keep changing these things. Alright, so now we're going to go over here, and oops, I can't go through that way. I've got to go around. And there's one crypt entrance there, and there's another one in the back there. So we're basically going to have to search through pretty much almost always more than one crypt to find where the stupid crown is hidden. Alright, so we go in here, and we've got some treasure. Not a lot of enemies just yet. It's nice and quiet. Oh, there we go. There's some zombies. And some skeletons. Pick them out. And some vomiting women. I mean, they look just like wretched mothers, and they act just like wretched mothers, but they're not called wretched mothers. You know, they keep reusing models of things. Oh, okay, and we're now level 8 too, by the way. Yay! We've just acquired Iron Skin as a skill, which is nice because we're using a two-handed weapon, so we can't use our shield skill right now. So now that allows us to use, so the shield glare doesn't work because we're not carrying a shield. So now, instead we could add Iron Skin, so we'll accept that. And just kind of looking at some of these other things. Can't use the runes yet. Have to go up another level first. Oh, some more zombies. But the ravenous dead. They're coming after us, going brains. They're ravenous for brains. Alright. And I kind of laugh at these mighty blows of killing 6 or 7 or something. I think at higher levels you can get mighty blows of like 20 or more. Oh, I see some kind of mini bossy, elite-y types of things here. And there's 5 of them. See, I told you they look a lot like the, these ones look a lot like the wretched mothers that we saw in the first episode, but they're not. They're just retching. And that iron skin is kind of handy. Basically puts what looks like a suit of armor on her. Ooh, and here's a treasure goblin behind us. Let's see if we can't get him. Knock him senseless. Ooh, there we go. Some nice loot. Some nice gold. It's all good. Alright, so there's no crown in this particular instance, so we're gonna leave and we'll look in the next crypt and see if we can find it in the next one. See why this episode might take a while. Because it's like you gotta hunt for it. I mean, it's not like Hadric told us exactly where to find his dad or grandfather's crypt. He just said it was in the cemetery in Moving Hollow. That's as much information as he gave us, and that's it. So, the rest of it is up to us. Alright, so we've got these skeletons. Some healing going on there. Alright, now we'll just kind of circle around. If there's anything over here. Nope, just a dead end. And then we've got these little goblin things, or imps. Sorry, they call them imps. Let's just slap these imps around, shall we? I don't know if any of you play Dungeon Keeper on Android or iPhone. I think it's on both Android and iPhone, but it's a mobile game app from EA Games. I know there's been some controversy with it, but I actually really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. Alrighty. So, still searching for this silly, that coffin, see if there's anything in there. Nope. But, nope, nothing over here. More skeletons! Where's that darn crown? But I do enjoy these quests and things. Oh, look at that mini side quest.
Grave robbers have defiled my tomb.
Yeah, so basically she her bones were removed from her crypt, and we need to find her bones. Otherwise her husband can't rest. Alrighty, and you can see the little glowy things on the map, and here we go. So we go through each one of these, and we have to kind of fight her husband's ghost, along with additional ones, and he keeps disappearing each time.
Not enough
and we keep searching until we find the bones. I don't know why anyone would take her bones out of her coffin and then stick them in someone else's urn or something. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. We'll do this lady a favor. She's actually a nice ghost. She didn't attack us. First we gotta deal with all these skeletons. And, you know, keep in mind, you know, that I am still playing this on normal mode. This is the easiest mode that can be played in the game. And it's pretty easy, you know. It's I think designed to get you familiar with the game, with the mechanics of everything, with all of the different storylines and things and such. Get you comfortable with the whole thing, all the way up to killing all the main, the big bosses at the end of each act. Each act has several chapters, so we're in Act 1 still. And then you can play at the more difficult levels after that. Now, obviously, I have gone through the game in normal mode before, so I kind of have a better feel for it, and I could be playing this at a harder level if I wanted to. But it would just make my videos even longer, because it would take longer to fight and kill things and stuff. So, That's why I opted to play on normal mode, just to kind of give everyone a feel for the game while trying to get through it relatively quickly. Alright, so we got a little Pan the Caller mini boss bat creature. I think they're bat creatures. I'm not sure. They look like bat creatures. Get him out. Get rid of the rest of them. There we go. Up on the left. Delete, and we will move on. Just at the end of this crypt yet. Still no crown, as far as the eye could see. Ghosts and imps. But yeah, I guess I was mentioning Dungeon Keeper because of the imps. And you get to slap your imps around any, after an hour, every hour you have to slap your imp, or actually every half hour unless you have more than one imp, but in order to motivate them to work harder, you have to give them a slap. It's kind of fun. Okay, so there's no crown in that crypt, so let's see. We need to find another crypt. Let's get rid of these guys, we're popping up. But we need to find another doorway. And we can hope that third time's the charm, let me tell you. Because this has taken a long time to find this stupid crown. It would have been nice if Hadrian could have told us which crypt to look in the first place, I guess that's not the point of the game. Plus they completely randomize it because the stupid thing can be in any one of these three. And 9 times out of 10 it seems like it's always like the last one. Almost like the game knows, okay, she chose this one, this is the first one, it's not going to be in there. Okay, she chose this one next, so it's not going to be in there. Okay, she chose this one last. Okay, it will have to be in here. And stuff. That's what it feels like the game is doing, but I could be wrong. I could just have terrible luck at picking crypts. But it's always completely, it's supposed to be completely random, I think. But it doesn't seem like it's as random as it could be. So maybe I just have rotten luck. Who knows? Alright, so those guys. Ooh, 13 killed. Nice. Told you they can get it closer to 20. Oh. Alright, this actually has a level 2. Hallelujah. We are now at level 2. That means the crown is close. Which I think she just said, but I talked over her, so. Oh yes, we have a monster about to attack us. Manglemar. First time I ever took him on, I forget what class I was playing. I wasn't doing Hunter yet. I think I was a Warlock or something. And I got my butt handed to me. Alright, so now we're in the Chancellor's Tomb. Oh, thank goodness. We're getting close to the end of this episode. If you're still watching, thank you. I really appreciate your interest in my videos. Is this feeling like it's too long, and would you like me to cut it in half next time? Just let me know. For right now, I'm leaving them full length until I get feedback otherwise, and I'd like to get feedback from at least 5 people. If you really, really want me to split these in half, I'd like to get feedback from at least 5 people before I do that. Alright, so we just got another level up, and ooh, we can now use some runes. So we've got Electrify with Slash, or we can use Punish with, we can use Roar with Punish. So I'm just kind of looking at that and figuring out, okay, which skill in rune do I want? So I'm going to keep with Slash and do Electrify. Now we've got Sweep Attack, but no rune to use it with, or Shield Bash with Shattered Shield. So, and try to say that 5 times fast. Okay, so, oh, and now we have a new secondary one. So, okay, that's good. Alright. And keep Iron Skin. Oh yeah, because I think I've got her using a shield again, or do I? I think I switched her to a shield. Yep, I have her shield and a one-handed weapon at the moment. Because the one-handed weapon was actually more powerful than the two-handed weapon I was using previously, so it's like no-brainer. Alright, so there's the Chancellor's ghost. We need to take him out first. Obviously, he's trying to protect the crown because he doesn't want anyone to revive the Skeleton King for obvious reasons. Skeleton King is crazy ass. Alrighty, so we've almost taken out this poor Chancellor guy. Alright, picked up a new helmet along the way. Now we can pick up the crown. Alright, so that pretty much completes this episode. We need to go back to town and give it back to Hadric and turn that quest in. So here we go. Yep, there he is. Yep, we found the crown. He didn't think we'd make it back alive. Okay, so he's gonna go and repair it for us. And then it kind of opens up. I think you can actually use his services even before you finish this part, but if you're the very first time you ever play Diablo 3, you don't get to use him until you've finished this part of the quests and everything. So now here they're talking, and he's like, it feels good to work again, I need something to give my life meaning and purpose. And so basically, our avatar, in this case the Crusader, recruits him, and he is going to make armor and weapons and things for us. And I wasn't using him a lot in the past because there was the auction house, but now that the auction house is gone, I'm definitely going to be making use of his services. So here you can see here's the craft area, and I'm just showing this once so that people are familiar with that. I'll edit out anytime in the future that I'm going to use it, but you can see here some of the things that he can make. So there's some weapons he can make. I think I end up, do I get the sword? I forget. I'm looking at the various things there. I guess maybe I don't, but he's got some armor pieces that actually have some nice upgrades. You can see here it says, it kind of gives you some idea of the range and stuff, but it doesn't give you all the details because it's all random properties and things. So you have to create it, and then once you see it, and it's like, oh, look at that, it's like way better than the current helmet I'm wearing. So we've got that, and then we might as well get the shield because we now have a skill that allows us to carry a two-handed weapon in one hand and still carry a shield. I just added that skill. All right. Oh yeah, you can salvage materials also from things. So instead of selling things, I could salvage materials so that I could have enough materials for him to forge things with. But I also pick those things up randomly in the game as well. Alright, so we've got all this nice kind of elite or rare. The yellows are rares, blues are commons, and then orange are the highest. The legendary stuff is the highest level type of armor and things. Alright, well, I think I'm going to wrap this up now, and thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate everyone's attention. And again, I was asking lots of questions earlier in the game about if you want me to split these into smaller episodes or not. Let me know. Until then, if you're enjoying these episodes, please like them, share them. I appreciate subscriptions if you are not yet subscribed. And until next week, take care. Bye-bye.